Hello, this week we're talking about China, where there's a growing interest in Bitcoin SV. That's partly thanks to the work of my guest, Lise Li, who is the new China manager for the Bitcoin Association. Before taking the job, she was chief operating officer of a Chinese digital mining business, and she's also got extensive experience in e-commerce. I spoke to Lise at the recent CoinGeek conference in Seoul, South Korea, where several Chinese startups were represented. I wanted to find out about the BSV scene in China and what Lise sees as the advantages and disadvantages that China has to offer as Bitcoin develops.
You're listening to CoinGeek Conversations with Charles Miller.
So Lise, welcome to CoinGeek Conversations.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to be here.
Thank you. And so now you are the new China manager for the Bitcoin Association.
Yes.
What does that job mean? What do you have to do?
Well, as China manager of Bitcoin Association, I'm dedicated to promoting Bitcoin SV in China and also help to build the BSV ecosystem there.
And so you're encouraging people to learn more about it, and how are you going to do that?
Oh, actually, it's a tough task. Around the world, most people don't even know what blockchain is really like. And some people have their misunderstandings about Bitcoin. They think it's kind of like...
Well, it has some bad associations for some people, doesn't it?
Yes, of course. So it's not that easy. But some pioneers, they have already got sufficient knowledge of Bitcoin, and also some companies and developers, they have built their projects and a business on blockchain, especially on Bitcoin SV. So I'm now gathering some of those pioneers, and we already organize some meetups to help other people to get to know more about Bitcoin SV.
Do you think that those of us from Europe or North America have a different idea about Bitcoin or a different way of working with Bitcoin? What is it that we need to understand more about the industry in China, do you think?
I think in China, maybe over half of the global big blockchain companies based in China, especially those mining companies, mining pools, and like exchange, wallet. So in China, it's quite active. This field is quite active. Not those just some developers or some high-tech companies, they get in touch with blockchain. But in China, like university students and some companies and also a lot of developers, they also use their part-time to try to do some blockchain projects. So it's a more active field rather than any other countries, I believe. Also, there are some regulation issues in China. As we know, the local government forbid to doing any exchange of the fiat currency to cryptocurrency. That also banned some companies building their business on cryptocurrency. So that's the difference, I think.
So just to explain that again, you're in China, you're not allowed to convert ordinary currency into cryptocurrency.
Yes, not allowed.
But there's still a big mining industry, and that is very prosperous, I think, in China, isn't it?
Actually, I know almost all of the mining machine manufacturers are based in China because of the high technology progress in mining chips.
And this, you used to work before your current job. You were in the mining industry.
Yes, I used to work for a mining pool based in Beijing.
And so, how much do you understand about all that technology?
You mean about mining? Yeah, I know all about that, but only the code, I couldn't read it.
Right.
Yeah.
But in relation to Bitcoin SV, you're not really so much focused on mining, I suppose, are you, in your current job?
Oh, of course not, because Bitcoin SV is dedicated to build a globalized business ecosystem. So mining is a part of them. It's very important, but only part of them. We are welcome to a lot of business enterprise, even developing teams to join the ecosystem to build their business, build their projects in Bitcoin SV. But mining is the fundamental,
building block.
Yes.
Yeah. Do you think that in the work that you're doing to interest people in using BSV in China, are you more interested in getting big businesses interested, or is it going to be lots of little businesses, do you think? Which is the best possibility?
The best possibility is that we hope to get them both.
Right,
but
okay.
actually, it's a young industry. So we are welcome those small projects, small business trying to do their business based on Bitcoin SV. It might be some small transactions, but tons of transactions. And we are also welcome those medium and large enterprises to build their big business on BSV too.
Right. Which do you think is going to be the most useful and most used part of BSV that will encourage people into the ecosystem? Will it be the data storage or seeing it as money?
Of course, the first one.
The data.
Yes, because I know some projects, especially some projects in China, their application is to put some data, put some people's comment, put some people's article on the chain. And that also encouraged people to paying for what they read, which they thought is valuable. So it's like we put some traditional internet behavior on the blockchain world. Like people have to be responsible for their behaviors. And that's also a change to the whole society in the future. So I think that changed the world the most. Also, the electronic payment is also very important, that it cross the border and everyone can use it with their smartphone, and it's more convenient to the commerce. So both very important.
I mean, on the question of content and monetizing content,
okay,
do you think that, I mean, at the moment when people go on Twitter or Facebook, they don't either pay or get paid. But
yes.
Do you think it's going to be easy to get people to pay to look at Facebook, the equivalent of those kind of social media using BSV? Because perhaps they'd just say, I'd rather have the free version.
Yeah, I know. There is a Chinese application called Weiblock. It's quite popular on Twitter now because a lot of BSV supporters, they love this application. Weiblock is an application that every time you put on an article or your comment or a picture, you have to pay with BSV. And anyone who loves your Twitter, you also get paid. So far, it's only 1 cent, US cent, for each comment or each like. But people love to do that.
And that's already quite popular, is it?
Yes, they've got thousands of users right now.
Really?
Yeah, it only launched less than 2 months.
Yes, it's like a little bit like Twitch, I think.
Yes, but it welcomed everyone. Twitch, you have to wait on the waiting list.
Yes,
Yeah.
That's right.
So it's
you
more
think
user friendly.
I wonder whether Chinese users will be more willing to jump into a micropayment system.
Yes, I know a lot of foreign friends. When they came to China, they were shocked by people only take their smartphones to go out, because now we can pay everything with our phones. Alipay and also WeChat Pay, that all the merchants, they accept that. Even though you only pay less than 1 yuan to buy maybe to pay a tiny service fee, it's still okay. You don't need to bring your wallet and the cash. You don't need to get that change or the coins.
So in a way, because you already have that culture,
Yes.
switching into using a Bitcoin SV wallet will almost not be noticed so much, perhaps, as...
I think so. Because I've been to Europe for several times. I know Europeans, they love to pay in cash, especially when I was in Germany. They really love using cash. Yes. So I know the cultural difference. But in China, because people, the new generation, they accept new things very fast. There are more and more well-educated young people, and they love high tech. And lots of young people, they majored in like computer science. So I think people will get more easy to accept blockchain and also Bitcoin.
That's definitely an advantage if that's differences
Yes.
there. But then what about going back to this question of you can't convert money into Bitcoin? That's
Yes.
going to be a big problem, isn't it?
Yes, so far it is. I'm not sure whether with this broadcasting and whether the government will change their attitude. Actually, they are already changed a little. Like, last month, China just set one of the biggest cities in China called Shenzhen as a blockchain special zone. So a lot of blockchain companies will move to that city, and I think the regulations will become more and more open.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's changing very fast.
Yes. So no one can tell what will happen in 2020.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, good luck with your new work with the Bitcoin Association, Lise.
Thank you.
Just tell me a little bit about what members of the Bitcoin Association get out of their membership.
We occasionally organize some meetups, so you can come and meet some other BSV ecosystem members, and you can exchange your ideas and also get resources from each other. We also will plan to launch a program like developers program in China. So those developers who want to have their BSV blockchain projects, they can get trained in our program. So if you want to know more, you can go on our website, bitcoinassociation.net.
Bitcoinassociation.net. That's
Yes.
all the information there. Thank you very much, Lise. Thanks for talking to me.
Thank you.
My thanks to Lise Li. Till next week, thanks for listening and goodbye.